All right, guys, in today's video, I'm going to be going over what packs I think you should be focusing on at the beginning because there are some really inefficient packs to open. And if you want a good PvP deck just to help you unlock as many rewards as possible so you can build your collection faster, I think it's just, you know, important thing to go over. So the worst pack, I believe, is the Charizard pack. And that's because, one, Charizard is not tier 1. Charizard's like a solid tier 2 deck. And even though it's not tier 1, so there's no reason to go for it in the first place. And even if you do go for it, it's still really hard to accomplish. So you've got 2 Charizard EXs and 2 Moltres that are in every single Charizard deck. So now you've got 2 different EXs that you need to get, and you need to get 2 copies of each. So until trading is out, there's no way to get rid of these duplicate copies. So you could end up pulling 3 Charizards in a row, 3 Moltres in a row, and just getting really frustrated continuing to pull from this pack. And it's simply just not worth it. You can end up wasting a lot of time, and for what? So you can have a tier 2 deck. It's just not worth it. You do get some compensation though if you don't pull Charizard and Moltres. Starmie is arguably the best Pokemon in the game, so pulling the Starmie is going to be really good. The problem is that Starmie by itself isn't really a deck. I play it sometimes for fun, but it's not really a deck that you can play. At least not tier 1. So the other card that you can pull that isn't terrible is Executor. It's paired with Venusaur mostly. But again, that's another deck that you need to pull other EXs from other packs. And so you're just making life difficult on yourself. So I think for those reasons, I would pull Charizard last. I get it. Everyone loves the big dragon. And yes, I know he's not actually dragon type before someone puts out my comment. I get it. But, he's one of the faces of Pokemon, but really not worth your time. Not off the beginning. So the pack that I think you should go for is Pikachu, and that is because the Pikachu deck is tier 1, and the only EX you need is Pikachu. Now, a lot of Pikachu decks have one Zapdos EX, but you don't necessarily need that. You can just wait patiently to pull it. There's Pikachu decks that have Voltorb Electrode, that have Blitzel Zebstrika, that have Zapdos that is the single prize Zapdos, that have Pikachu, Raichu, Magneton. There's a million ways to build Pikachu, and none of them are terrible, and some of them are very, very good. The downside to pulling from the Pikachu pack, though, is that Arcanine, Blastoise, and Wigglytuff are all terrible. They're all terrible cards. Arcanine is... terrible might be too strong, but they're the worst tier in the game. Okay, you might go a month before you see a Wigglytuff. You'll see Arcanines, but as soon as people pull things better, it gets replaced. Cinescorch is just a better Arcanine most of the time anyway. Blastoise, while he might not be terrible himself, Starmie, Articuno, Tentacruel, Greninja, there's just other water Pokemon that are way stronger, and so he just isn't something that you need. So while you only need to pull 2 Pikachu EXs, the rest of the cards, there's not much compensation for opening other things. So keep that in mind. But it is really easy to just get 2 Pikachu EXs and then just move on to the next pack. And the last pack is the Mewtwo pack, and the Mewtwo pack has quite a lot of goodies in it, actually. So outside of needing the 2 Mewtwo EXs, that's all you need for the Mewtwo deck. That's an EX, but you do need 2 Gardevoirs, which can be extremely hard to find. I've heard so many people tell me that it took them so long to find their second Gardevoir. And the only thing that's positive about that is Gardevoir is not that hard to craft. So you pull 2 Mewtwo's, you move on, you start pulling other stuff. Then when you have enough pack points, you can craft the Gardevoir. So it's not that big a deal. Now, if you don't pull Gardevoir and Mewtwo, if you pull Venusaur, you can succeed with Venusaur and Kangaskhan. So, that's a whole nother deck that you can have if you pull the Venusaurs over the Mewtwo. Articuno EX is super strong. Articuno Starmie is a staple in the game right now. Misty's really strong in combination with Articuno. Marowak is, even though it might not be the most reliable card, it's the scariest card in the game at the moment. Gengar, at least Gengar's cool. He doesn't really have a deck right now, but all the other hits besides Mewtwo, you would not mind pulling out of the pack. So that's the argument for going for the Mewtwo. It's just that you also have to get the Gardevoir, unlike Pikachu, but you have way more compensation for not opening the Mewtwo. Whereas with the Pikachu, you just kind of have Pokemon you don't really want anyway. So yeah, those are the three different pack choices. The other thing while I'm here that I would say to do is just max out your friends list immediately, because whatever pack you're trying to target down, the bigger the friends list, the more wonder pick options you'll have, which is just you looking at other packs that people have opened, and then the rarer the cards in the pack, the more of this like time currency it costs to open it up, and they give you a ton of like stopwatches or hourglasses or something that refills this faster, and then you can just kind of target the cards down that you need. So focus on a particular pack, max out your friends list, and just really try and target down one meta deck at a time. So overall quality, I think Mewtwo has the best card pool. I think Pikachu has the easiest deck to make, but the other cards that aren't Pikachu and Zapdos are terrible. And Charizard is just all over the place. The only thing the Charizard has together is Moltres and Charizard. Like I said, you need 2 of each. There's no guarantee you're going to get 2 of each of them. And then the rest of the cards you pull from Charizard aren't that great outside of Starmie, which also needs more help. And then you can pull Executor, which also needs more help. So I would just stay away from the Charizard pack unless you just got to play Charizard. And if you do, then, I totally understand it. And, it's your account, do whatever the heck you want, right? So hopefully that was informative. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you soon.